And so with those particular things, I'm going to try to outline what we need to do, what we need to stay focused on, and what we need to try to be active about. First of all, let's not forget, audit the Fed. That's number one. We want to audit the Fed. Now me, I would like to see the fucking Fed nationalized and have the administration of all of the wealth that has been hoarded by that organization pulled into this country and used for the betterment of this country and the people within it, not corporations and not banks. Let us focus on an independent financial reform and consumer protection agency. Totally independent, with no ties to Wall Street, any bankers, or the Federal fucking Reserve. So get calling and get writing your congressmen and your senators. Congress is going to be back in session very soon, so we want to hit them hard right off the bat. And as far as saving Medicare and Social Security and funding a lot of other things, it's about goddamn time that Wall Street is made to pay for everything that they have leached and sucked out of you and me and everybody else in this fucking country. It's about time for a Wall Street transaction tax. Period. End of discussion. You need money, you go where the fucking money is. Take it out of Wall Street. Have a Tobin-like tax on all fucking turnover for every one of these motherfucking leeches. And you'll have plenty of money to fund your programs. And the second element of the funding comes from ending the fucking wars and bringing our troops home and dismantling foreign bases. Now, the other thing I want to point out with all of this agitation towards Russia, there's the idea that there's an anti-Russian stance behind Obama and his administration. And of course, that's because of Brzezinski and all the people he brings with him. He's still operating on that premise that we have to be in an anti-Russian mode here. But I beg to differ. We need a very strong partner over there in the East. And it's my contention that we should be developing a rapprochement with Russia. We should be trying to have closer, more cordial ties with them so that we may be able to develop a dual sphere influence against China's hegemony, because they are continuing to grow and they're going to be the true enemy of both of us in time. So I think we need to get rid of Brzezinski and we need to get rid of all of the bellicose advisors that are in the Obama administration. And that goes as well for the financial side of things. We need to concentrate on trying to remove Timothy Geithner, trying to remove Bernanke, Larry Summers, and the head of the SEC. We need to remove all of these people. We need to stay on it. We need to stay focused. We need to tell our congressmen we're not going to have these people who are lackeys of Goldman Sachs and who also are these grand chessboard Russia haters in the administration any longer. We want them gone. And we need to, as I said about net neutrality, I think it would be wise if we try to contact Congress in order to get them to adopt a law which gives the FCC the authority to regulate the internet. That would save everything right there. Okay, now the FCC may decide to reclassify the internet as a different thing so that they can then have regulatory authority over it. But getting Congress to pass a law on it would bypass any need to go through the bureaucracy of the FCC if that's necessary. So contact your Congress member and tell them that you want net neutrality and you want the FCC to have the power to enforce net neutrality on internet providers. I think that we also need to focus on getting rid of some other very negative influences in this administration. And one is Rahm Emmanuel, okay, who also apparently has an Israeli citizenship and a passport at a moment's notice ready to go. He also served in uniform in a foreign country's military. I don't know how anybody can be appointed to any position of authority in this country who was in the fucking military of a foreign fucking power. And this man is the real mover and shaker as far as fucking us. So contact your senators and your congressmen and tell them that Rahm Emmanuel needs to go because his loyalties cannot be assured. And finally, I think that we also need to focus on some of the other czars as well. So all of the things that I've talked about before are more important than ever now to stay focused on in order to try to achieve some measure of change. The more things we try to tackle, the more things that we try to get our way in to force Congress to act on, the more likely it is that we are going to experience some rewards, that we are going to get something out of this. So I urge you all to stay active. Do not give in to that lethargy, and do not go back to just watching TV and doing nothing. Try to stay focused because we're in a really uproarious time right now, and there are great possibilities, and I think we need to grasp this time right now. It's really important. And don't forget, contact the heads of the committees in Congress as well in charge of the various programs that you want to focus on. Who's ever in charge of financial reform, the committee heads, talk to them. And also on the other side, as far as any of the other particular programs that you want to try to hit, as far as taxing, Wall Street, talk to the head of the committee in charge of that particular sphere of influence, as well as your own congressman. We need to grasp the time now. We need to keep the momentum going, and we need to focus on a lot of different things, and we need to spread ourselves out a little bit further, but I think it will have rewards because we are going to achieve some victories. That's my prediction. So thank you, and good night.